Stop! These methods belong to us, to the Pargrunen!
What if I say please?
You would steal from us? From the...
Abidan himself. You will regret your trespass.
Well, I'm trying to be nice about it. Welcome, travelers of the internet, to Bright Helm Recording. This is your host, Master Barkle, playing the Pillars of Eternity. And if you remember, last we left off, we're in the mines of Durgan, of Durgan's battery, yes. And we were learning of a different story than we found on the Great Hall. The Great Hall, the dwarves kind of went mad and started fighting amongst each other. Down here in the mines, it looks like something else assaulted them, something quite large, perhaps. We're still learning much about it, so let's head down to the next level. Okay.
I will walk unseen.
Together! We're in this together!
They look as though they're gripping their wounded. Someone just dead. Several skeletons have been laid alongside one another. Their legs and ribs are broken, but a dented Abidan statuette has been left amongst them. So the skeletons have been just smashed to bits, except for the Abidan statuette. Okay. It's an oddly specific thing to just leave be.
I'll organize the troops to guard the stairs. We can hold them off for a while.
That's Maroon.
Vazel's repairing the Guardians. Ilune's preparing for the...
You can't be serious about this. Let's just wait those monsters out. Abidan wouldn't let us...
Monsters.
Abidan rewards earnest work, not begging and cowering. We must hurry.
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
They're actually working together against the monsters. Can I not interact with this? Though it be highlighted. Okay then.
Arm yourselves, soldiers!
Okay, so that's an armory there. Got around this corner. Something pulled this construct apart like a child's toy. He looks in one piece to me. That's a lot of skeletons there. Excuse you.
We'll give ourselves for the battery. The records are here. Keep searching.
Is this safe, Curate Loon?
No, it's necessary. Pargrunen histories lie open and abandoned. Some are missing pages. Ancient scrolls have been yanked out of the shelves and left on the floor. Nice loot there. Torn scrolls and books with broken spines litter the floor below the shelves. Annals of the Pargrunen. Okay, so this is like the history of the Pargrunen dwarves. Okay. I don't know if it's really going to be very helpful to know that stuff here. Got some more constructs there, and some spirits. Okay.
And what does the flame reveal? That's settled.
Okay. A shimmering cloak. A star-patterned crack radiates from the center of this table, as if a hammer or mace smashed it. A pair of skeletal hands protrudes from beneath it. Poor guy there. Just hiding away. So some of them tried to stand brave and died, got their ribs smashed to bits, and some kind of cowardly hid under tables. What force took them? This is a big open room. A hole bores into the stone. Its edges are blackened and gritty with soot.
That's our best. See now
They
what
must
the
stand up
flame
for the
has
heat.
shown us.
Right away, Master Vazel.
The heat? Cracked skulls and splintered bones lie in a jumble. Most of the remains have been ground into dust.
I can do that.
Oh. Be careful there.
I can do
We
that.
disarmed the trap.
That's settled.
Hydrosphere. These pliers, picks, and awls were made for shaping metal. Dried blood flakes off them like rust. Okay, we have the key to the armory now.
Stand your ground!
The enemy does not have a ghost. The skeletons lying about are just kind of like tidied up into piles. Where the monsters also like stewards, I guess, cleaners. Like here's a pile, there's a pile. Or maybe that's just where the fronts were. Ooh. Nice stuff there. Alrighty. Let's head down this other passage here.
We'll hold them off as long as we can.
The construct pulled apart. This wall was a yard thick and solid stone, yet something broke through it. Why tunnel through here, though? Was the monsters that desperate to get in? Boulders and stone blocks tumble from the broken wall. It would require at least a dozen Amawa to move even one of them. Is the monster or monsters that we're in here still here? Because that's not fun.
And what does the flame reveal?
Alrighty. Meditate on those who came before you, and those who go beyond you. Remember first your father, and last your younger brother, but know all, for Grunin as kin. So, you know, they'd fight and bicker amongst each other like, you know, brothers and sisters, I guess, but they would never actually kill each other. The corners of this tablet are chipped, but it is otherwise in good condition. It reads, oh, we got a puzzle. We plant ourselves in a strange and wild land, but remember well our roots. Though we are distant, know us still as kin.
I can do that. That's settled.
Okay. This one. Cracks snake across the stone tablet. The edges have been worn smooth over centuries of handling. It reads, we who stand shoulder to shoulder alongside the oldest of kith empires send you forth. Honor us as we remember you. The letters on this tablet are crisp and deep, as if chiseled recently. They read, though our towers of stone are surrounded by gates of coral, we are Pargrunan still. Write our names in your halls and your hearts. Okay. This gilded globe has been crafted with exquisite detail. Mountains of hammered gold rise over mirror smooth seas, and the rivers that carve the continents are as thin and neat as if they've been carved with a razor. 3 perfect sapphires mark locations in Rawatai, Old Valia, and the Living Lands. The bronze band that circles the globe is inscribed with 3 repeating lines. Remember all Pargrunan, from the oldest before you to the youngest who follow you. Okay. So we want to know where they started, I guess. Where did Pargrunan start?
Keeping an eye out.
Strange and wild land. That would be the wild land, the living lands. The oldest of Kith empires. That would be Old Valia. Gates of Coral. That would probably be in the Deadfire, which would be Rawatai. So first father. So old. And then who would be youngest? Plant ourselves in a strange and wild land, but remember well our roots. Okay, so this one was chiseled recently, so Rawatai is youngest. And so Living Lands will be the middle. So Old Valia, and then Living Lands, and then Rawatai. As the last sapphire snaps into place, the globe glows with veins of brilliant blue light. Then it rotates a quarter turn. As the lights die out, you hear clanking gears and grinding stone from one side of the room. Boom!
I'll see what I can find.
That's why they call me a puzzle dude. Ooh, nice. That's a nice axe. Look at up here, some scrolls. Any hidden treasures about? Nope. Alright.
Abidan, guide us.
It's a big hole.
Strengthen us with your flame, Lord Abidan. Temper us for the crucible.
Nice. I'm guessing because I had fast mode activated. So this is the foundry. They're big on Abaddon, so I guess this is just a little temple room. Precepts and Proverbs of Abaddon. I think this is important. For every work there is a practice. Arm yourself with skill and temper, and your labors with patience. What? Oh yeah, with skill and temper your labors with patience. Sorry, I got bad reading guidance. Strike only when your medium is ready. Do not cold work plate. Brittle steel is worse than a treacherous friend. Temper your work, lest it shatter like glass. Fools praise appearance, but the master praises strength. True virtue lies in work well done. Pattern welded steel shall be folded no fewer than 7 times. The finest smith cannot shape poor metals. Set your hand to steels that have been properly treated with charcoal. Like a room full of discord is a forge with uneven heat. Do not let it pervert your metal. As the blows of the hammer speak to the steel, so the color of the steel speaks to the smith. Like a babe is heated steel, fragile and easily corrupted. Handle it gently, lest your haste twist and warp it. Do not neglect work that lies hidden and unseen, for a shoddy tang can break the blade. The wise smith works carefully and anneals but once. The careless smith weeps to find flaws. After the steel has been hardened and tempered, as a blade drawn in multiple heats is work done in its proper time. Right. Bronze statue of Abaddon stands over incense ash and rusted metal tokens. So there's no skeletons in this room. Which tells me, like, either they didn't have a front in here, or Abaddon protects his stuff dedicated to him.
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
Those stairs look down, look to me like the way to the next level or something.
We'll stand ready, Commandant.
And they rush off. Okay. This is where they were standing their ground there. It's a little, the symbol of the Pargrunan dwarves here in the White March.
Quickly! There's not much time!
Okay. Treating that wounded guy there.
Alone, we've never introduced this much essence into the White Forge.
Abaddon gave us the tools, Vasil. We've got to make them work.
Uh-oh. I think the Pargrunan dwarves were messing around with animancy. And all the battery shield walls and constructs we've been fighting along the way contain the essence of the dwarves left behind. Books and pages scrolled with equations and measures of essence are scattered across this table as if somebody went through them in a hurry. Vat. Your skin prickles as you approach the vat. It teems with soul energy, with lives spent and stored thrice over. Essence roils like churning water, running over ancient pipes and gears. But there, within the vat itself, lies a heavy stone disc, rune engraved and pale as bone. So, reaching for it will probably anger the ghosts around here, but I'm betting that's gonna be the key to the next level or something. You feel it chill run up your arm the moment your fingers brush the disk's surface. Whispers erupt from the stone around you, and out of that chorus rises a single steady voice.
Stop! These methods belong to us! To the Pargrunin!
What if I say please?
You would steal from us? From the...
Abidan himself. You will regret your trespass.
Well, I'm trying to be nice about it. You hear a grinding, clicking noise in the hall. Something moans and snarls outside. Uh-oh.
Laying low.
We're not done looting this room, though. On the Binding of Souls. Wow. Okay.
A simple test.
Not gonna read that
That's
right now.
settled.
But it could be quite important. Because I think that's what the dwarves are doing.
Something over there.
Oh, is that what was snarling? Grrr. Growl. Fireball trap. Oh, they're snarling. Bruh.
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
They triggered their own trap that time. That one time. Okay. What have we got here? Oh my goodness, have we made it? Look at all these
A simple
skeletons.
test. That's settled.
Bones chipped but whole have been swept into a pile. I knew they were being moved around into piles. There's so many skeletons.
The Guardians will hold the door as long as need be.
Everyone else is ready. So few of us remain.
Lord Abidan, guide our hands and steel our hearts. Give us the mercy of your forge.
They just gave themselves to the forge. Like, is this a ritual thing or something? Some really good plate armor there. A few tokens, filthy coins, and tattered ribbons have been scattered in this bone pile. Well, don't just leave the coins there, pick them up. The interior of the forge is crusted with dark, rippled stone. So is that stonework there, or is it like a dragon's, and like an actual dragon's skull there? Because its eyes do look a little funny for a dragon, but you know, they are a dragon after all. Maybe I shouldn't judge them too harshly.
At least it's warm in here.
Yeah. Looks as if these skeletons were once stacked, but they've fallen apart as their connective tissue has rotted away. So somebody's actually not just sweeping them up, but actually like tidily making skeleton piles. I don't think it's monsters we're dealing with. The pillar tugs at your essence. A pulse from the world itself moves through it. The world itself, yeah, like 300 or 400 dwarves. Jeez. A large stone dragon skull stands silent vigil at one end of the circular chamber. Within its maw is a network of steel dividers, tubes and vents indicating that this impressive construction served as the furnace for the White Forge. There is a shallow basin at the foot of the furnace, and in the eye sockets of the skull itself are golden rings, evidently meant to house some manner of gem or instrument. Okay, we did pick up some Adra spheres, so let's put them in the left and right eye sockets. Wait, so if there's Adra going into the construction of this, so that's how they bind a soul into the metalwork? Is with the White Forge? Man, animancers are gonna have a field day with this thing. With a little climbing, you are able to reach the eye socket and carefully wedge the sphere into place. It fits snugly, and you think you sense a small ripple of energy as the eye is set within. You feel a faint vibration through the skull. It grows in intensity until the very ground seems to shake, loose cobblestones rattling in their settings. You leap from the furnace to confront what is coming.
What stirs in the heart of the battery?
It flows once more. My goodness, look at all that heat rising. Oh my. Now we place in the right eye socket. You climb into position and carefully set the Adra sphere into the golden ring at the center of the skull's eye socket. The sphere fits perfectly, and as it drops into place, a peculiar burst of energy ripples outward from the dragon's eye and through you. The air shifts almost imperceptibly around you. The Adra sphere you have placed suddenly blazes with an orange light, fading from a blinding brightness to the vibrant glow of a campfire. A thin smoke rises from both orbs, and in the depths of the furnace, you think you hear the rattling of machinery.
Heat. Tremors. They return.
Are they going to be happy or upset about it, though? Probably upset. And now, the stone disc in the hollow space behind the basin. You place the stone disc into the basin and find that it fits perfectly within the hollow. Before your eyes, the disc turns of its own accord, rotating this way and that before finally sinking into position. From deep within the furnace comes a startling metallic screech, as if some hidden mechanism has come to life. From the vents around you rises hot, stale air and the glow of rising fires. A gust of hot air erupts from the stone dragon's maw. Molten ore drips from the basin, and dark, billowing smoke begins to gush from between the skull's fangs. You hear another rending shriek, but not of machinery. Around you rises a chorus of howls, bodiless voices raised in rage and despair. Oh, those constructs are going to come about.
Remember yourselves, Pargrunen! Defend the battery!
Yep. Called it. Okay. Let's find out about these Forge Guardians, I suppose.
Defend the battery!
Alrighty, Ayla, get out of there. Probably want to get out of there. guardians have dealt with. Well, now what?
Stop, Marauder! Our bodies are dust already. Must you profane holy ground with further violence?
Flames roar and whip from within the forge. As they rise, their glow washes the room in a gory crimson light.
Did the height of our walls offend you? Did we cross your borders? Sell you weak steel? Tell us, why did you invade our fortress?
Behind the anger and through the roaring flames, you hear the voice of a tired old man. Durgan's battery's been deserted for over 200 years, you know. I'm just a looter.
No, that cannot be. Abidan wouldn't allow it.
Flames flicker and shudder, and the stones beneath your feet grow suddenly cold. Wait, Abidan wouldn't allow it? Are you saying that whatever dealt with you could still be here?
Wake up, Exandru! This is why Abidan gave us the White Forge, that we might take up arms and deal with villains like this.
Now, call me a villain. That's a bit much, don't you think? Heat surges once again from the forge, prickling your skin.
Such a magnificent device, and she can only see it as a tool for war. She shames our grandparents, who wandered this continent and...
Quiet, both of you! Can't you feel it? This chill, this silence.
The fires crackle and snap.
But you entered our keep and found it abandoned. Ruined. What happened to us?
This question drifts from the mouth of the White Forge, wreathing you like a cloud of smoke. Stories say that you fought amongst yourselves and destroyed one another, but I'm not believing that anymore.
We fought, yes. But only with words. Ideas. Yet it was enough. Our divisions left us unprepared for what came next.
What came next?
I'd never seen anything like them. Twice the size of any ogre, and positively fearless. They were...
They were?
Eyeless. Yet no matter how hard we fought, or how deep we hid, they kept coming for us.
What a description. They were eyeless. Of all things. Okay, what were they? More.
Some kind of magfolk, but bigger than any we knew of. We who survived never got close.
I think the magfolk are is like the fanciful term for giant kin. But apparently none we never knew of, okay? Giants aren't as far as I remember, not as nice and tidy about things.
They were relentless. Unnaturally so.
Unnaturally so. Why did they attack? They didn't stop to explain themselves, yet I wondered at what monstrous wilder might survive in a place like this. Yeah, I don't think it was a wilder. I don't think he was a giant.
We should have taken our steel and pushed east.
Maybe.
What's to say they didn't come from the east? From the lands Maroon so coveted?
What?
It was a punishment for taking this gift of Abidan, the White Forge, and squandering it on our greed and vanity.
The other voices say nothing, but you feel their doubts and dissent in the stifling heat of the forge. Okay, so you guys are still bickering, I see.
We retreated until there was no place left to go. Until those of us who remained were here.
Here, with the salvation Abidan had left us.
Salvation? of offering yourselves to the forge.
The White Forge. With it, our smiths pulled the souls from our bodies and preserved them in the very stones of Durgan's battery.
Uh-huh. In the Adra specifically. So the dwarves never expired. Not truly.
It was agony. Feeling your soul ripped from your flesh. Feeling every part of you torn asunder. But it saved us.
Saved, you say?
Imprisoned us.
It was Abidan's grace. Now, we inhabit the monument our people built to the White Forge.
Okay, so what does this have to do with Abidan?
The White Forge belongs to Abidan, of course. It is here that he built his own body.
Okay, so this is more a religious site then.
And whether he found this place or created it, it's a truly remarkable smithy.
I hope he created it. It'd be pretty cool.
We Pargrunin are wanderers by nature. But it was Abidan's call that led our forefathers here after generations spent along the Pearl Coast and Air Glonfath.
So the old stories say. Then again, I can't see any other reason our grandfathers would have stayed here when greener lands lay east.
Yeah, you keep saying that. You know, Greenland's lay west too. So how does the White Forge work?
Its fires have been blessed by Abidan. They're fed by Aora's molten heartbeat and veined with Audra that runs to the center of the world.
Which explains their conductive power. See, these Audra veins allowed us to siphon essence into steel as we shaped it.
And that's what made your steel so strong?
And that essence, the extraordinary heat of the forge, and our smith's skill is what made Durgan's steel so remarkable.
It's a bit of everything, I guess. So, you guys are like in Durgan's battery. Through and through.
Stuck here, you mean? With all the others who sought to escape the eyeless.
You keep saying that, the eyeless. It kind of sounds maddening.
Had we thought longer on the fate that awaited us, we might have chosen a quick death to this slow agony.
Yeah, I think many would agree with that.
Blasphemy! There's no greater honor than remaining here, watching over the White Forge.
You think so, huh?
I only wish we could protect this humble monument better.
Oh, yeah?
Or do something. Anything. We were once among the greatest smiths in the known world. Tell me, do Kith still speak of us?
Yeah, they still super prize Durgan steel. That's why we're here.
That is good to know. It's only a shame that this legacy is nothing but a memory.
The White Forge radiates gentle warmth.
Is this why you braved the restless souls of Durgan's battery? To recover the process of Durgan's steel?
There's a bounty in, well, not really a bounty, but like, good steel, essentially. And as well as there's a village of, you know, stalwart that's fallen on hard times. Though I kind of want the White Forge for myself. And there's the hunting of the leaden key, you see. They were wanting a way into the battery, I don't know why. And just for the exploration, really, because, you know, that's fun enough for me. At this admission, you feel a softening in the essence of the Pargrunen. In one moment, each soul and fragment is distinct, and in the next, they form an indistinguishable host. You perceive them as a school of fish caught in a tide, a flurry of snowflakes on the wind, a pantry full of fragrant spices.
Then I hope you're satisfied with what you found here.
Wow.
At least you get to leave this place.
Well, not just yet.
But it was good to be remembered. However briefly.
Indeed. As the souls of Durgan's battery speak to you, their collective essence takes shape, much like Merwald's did. There are scores of them, all torn by conflicting purposes and trapped in the memory of their lost battle. You taste the bitterness of their uncertain existence and feel the persistent ache of centuries. It is a slow, agonizing fate, but you find it in your power to grant them another. So, the majority of them want to leave. Only really the guy who's more religious wants to defend Abidan's forge. Let's return them to the wheel. You perceive the tenuous connections between the souls and the battery as you sever them. The souls cry out, some in relief, others in rage. Pressure builds in the ether, which swarms with essence and energy. You cover your ears and grit your teeth against the devastating hum that builds in the core of your soul. Okay. Alrighty. What's up, Zawa?
So the dwarves of Durgan's battery did not destroy themselves after all. They fell to invaders.
We still don't know about those invaders. And it seems they were completely wiped out.
They left spirits to tell the tale. But the tale will never grow or change. Their time ended long ago. But we have seen no invaders, and the battery was shut. Did they come only to destroy the dwarves, and then leave?
Yeah, that is funny. Why? I don't think it was giants. There's no way it was giants. Could it be? Now I need to do some lore delving in the bestiary. Are ogres part of the Mag folk? Can't remember. I don't think they're part of Mag folk. I think trolls are. I don't think I've ever actually dealt with Mag folk. Maybe I'm just being too judgy. Maybe giants are a lot smarter than I'm thinking. Or maybe I'm thinking Mag folk may mean something else than it really means. Constructs? No. Eyeless. Yeah, I don't really know of anything that is, as described, eyeless. Another episode of Pillars of Eternity. We go through the Foundry now. We've gone through the Great Hall, through the mines, and here we are in the Foundry. We've awakened the White Forge and have unlocked the secrets of Durgan steel. Me oh my, what a wonderful day. But while we were doing it, we've found the wandering dwarves, the Pargrunen, who've established their settlement here around the White Forge, a holy site to Abidan. And due to some invaders of the Eyeless or something, they've decided to give themselves to the White Forge and tend to it forever, but they couldn't tend to it, and instead were just shiftless wanderers around these halls. And so now we've set them back to wandering the wheel, I suppose. Not all who wander are lost. This is Master Barkle from Brighthelm Recording, signing off.